This is ITV.
Certainly the best.
Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you just joined us, this is 60 Minutes Nigeria, reaching you live from Benin City, Edo State, South Nigeria. And the next 60 minutes or thereabout, we're taking a look at issues bordering on this nation. All right, today we're zooming into Edo State and our political situation in Edo State ahead of 2027. And of course, if time permits, we'll dive into the issues surrounding fuel pump price. You know the story so well. But for now, dynamics, political dynamics, and of course development is what is really taking shape in Edo State. It's morphing into something that some persons understand, and of course some other persons are trying to understand the dynamics, why some don't give a hoot about what is going on politically. After all, for what they are saying, electioneering, politics doesn't concern them. But you should know one thing: whether politics concerns you or not, whether you're interested in politics or not, politics is interested in you as long as you're a citizen of this great state and of course this great country. So it should concern you. All right, with me here in the studio to talk about this, he is was one time, yes, chairman of Ego local government and of course political analyst. Join me to welcome Honorable Ehi Igariba. Honorable, thank you so much for coming on today's show.
Oh, thanks for having me, Wilson. Good afternoon, viewers.
All right, so very close to him, vibrant political gladiator. Yes, you get to hear about the obedient movement, but I don't know where he is right now. Elvis Brown, thank you so much for making our time to join us.
Thank you, Emma Wilson.
All right.
Good afternoon, viewers.
All the way from Abuja via Zoom, he is the chairman, ADC Edo State chapter, Honorable Kennedy Odion. Kennedy, thank you so much for making our time to join us.
Good afternoon, my good friend Omasha. Good afternoon, viewers. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, well, you may be surprised to see me here on set. Not to worry, Mr. Gosagbalo is out there trying to gather more intel to give you a blast next week, Thursday, when he's back on this particular platform to bring to you 60 Minutes Nigeria. But as I say, in broadcasting, the show definitely must go on. Let me start off from you, Honorable Ehi Igariba. What do you feel right now about the political dynamics in Edo State, knowing fully well that you are still a card-carrying member of the APC?
Well, standing from the federal government through the state and to the local government, APC is in control, you know, with regards to Edo State. And we have, especially at the local government level, we have acting council chairman, and there's an election which is forthcoming, and the primaries are in the horizon. Also, we have we recently had congresses from my political party, and I think with the new electoral law, almost all political parties are duty bound within a certain time frame to also, you know, conduct their congresses and where needed, and of course their primaries to elect their candidates for next year's general elections. We will not, of course, have a gubernatorial election in those states because we have an off-cycle one. However, there's a lot of heightened activities around the emergence of candidates for positions from the senatorial position to the House of Rep positions, and of course the State House of Assembly seats. To the best of our ability within my party, the politicking is ongoing. People are doing their best, contacting, consulting to see that they are the chosen one. You know, however, there's always the temptation, you know, within the Nigerian political space to sacrifice competence on the altar of loyalty.
We'll come to that, because that seems to be what is bothering some political parties in Edo State. I'll be mentioning names and, of course, you know, political antecedents and all that. Well, Elvis Brown, what's your own take on this particular discussion? Because political parties are beginning to, like, you know, that what you rightly said, going up towards 2027, getting up towards election, chairmanship election, councillorship election, congresses, primaries, you just name it.
These are basically the political calculations you will have at a time like this. You know, every political party is strategizing, and everyone is looking at how best they can position themselves to win the election. But you cannot also give it to the one particular political party right now, because the way it is going, you're still going to have betrayers. You're still going to have a lot of calculations that will go wrong, you know, along the line. So whether you like it or not, you can't say for sure that one political party, you know, has it figured out right now as it is. So these are the process will still continue, you know, but eventually we'll get to see how these things play out. And that's what I have to say for now.
Okay, fine. Now let's move straight down to Abuja, where Kennedy Odion is standing by. Kennedy, I believe you've been following the trend of this discussion. I know you have so much to talk about the political landscape in Edo State, projecting towards 2027. As a party chairman of the ADC, how is your party faring so far?
Thank you, my dear brother and my colleagues, my friends in the studio. The truth of the matter is that where we are right now is a build-up to 2027 election, and every political party is busy, just as my brother said, strategizing on the best way, the best tactics, and the strategy that can be best applied for them to be victorious in 2027. So many things are ongoing. Political parties are having their congresses, just like we had our NEC meeting yesterday in Abuja, where we also approved some of those guidelines that will take the party to the next line of actions. So what we are equally doing in our party right now, because we understand the problem already, Nigerians are not ignorant of the ongoings in Nigeria today. So we are also trying to find a way to be able to bring proper solution. You know, it's not just about politicking without considering the people, because what I understand about governance is about the people. Anything that cannot bring the people forward to own the office, then you are wrong. So right now, what we are doing is what is the best way for the people to own government. So I think that's what we are doing right now. So we are busy strategizing on the best way to approach this election 2027. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for your opening remark. As it stands right now, some are saying that the battle might just be between the ADC and, of course, the APC. For PDP, Wike, and the faction are trying to bring them back together. For the Labour Party, we've not heard from them for now, but anything can happen. Like I said on this platform, we'll be diving into this particular issue. Take a look at what is happening in each political party. The allegations of imposition of candidate, allegation also of having an anointed candidate as against other persons. You know, it cuts across political parties, not only the ruling party. When we return after this break, we will delve totally, fully into the discussion. Don't go away. Just joined us. This is 60 Minutes Nigeria, reaching you live from Benin City, Edo State, Nigeria. Join us right now in the studio. I call him the voice of the masses. He is an activist, an entrepreneur, and of course a politician. Join me to welcome Okoro Osahon Obaraye. Thank you so much for joining us here, comrade.
Thank you so much for listening.
All right. Okay, so let me come to you, Honorable Ehi Igareba. But before that, I want to throw one question to Comrade Okoro Osahon Obaraye. They've made their opening remarks saying that the political parties, they are working, you know, to make sure that the candidates are well positioned, how will I put it, the aspirants are well positioned to become candidates and all that. But there are one or two complaints emanating from some quarters. Let's take a look at the APC. Thank you. We have the chairman of the ADC. I will go direct. As it stands right now, from the grapevine, they are saying that Comrade Adams Oshomole was given a clean bill to rerun. No interruption. And of course, your chairman also, Tenebe, also was asked to come back unopposed. And some persons are not really happy with that because of the conditions given to older aspirants, saying that others, you have to go fight for your slot. Do you think that is healthy for a political party?
Yeah, thank you so much. Depending on the angle you are looking at it from,
Yes.
sometimes the voice of the people might not be the voice that will win. Sometimes the voice of the few might not be the voice that will win. So, in a sane society, in a sane climate, I'm not sure someone like Ali Oshomole, from the way he has been internationally, I'm not sure he should come for his screening whatsoever. If I was in his shoe, we must allow ourselves the truth. This is a man that has intimidating credentials. So if he decides to seek a re-election, I think he should be given the go-ahead. I think the party also didn't feel free to say, though we know you are good, you talk, but we don't want you, other people are interested, we want you to go. It's the party. It's not an individual thing. So if the people come, if ITV decides to say, Wilson and Marshall from henceforth, you will now be saying the news in the morning, no longer in the evening. Before they decided that, they might have seen one or two that you didn't see to that effect.
Yeah.
Are you getting it now? So on others, though some of us don't believe in a few people deciding who becomes a candidate.
Yes.
But sometimes it is juicy for the party. Sometimes it's also risky for the party, depending on the template and depending on where it's being searched for. If the party also sees that, Wilson Obacha has been very, very good, it's good, but this time it will not be able to run. This is who we want. And the party decide to do that. Good for them. Are you getting it now? Depending on when the time comes.
All right. Do you feel the same, Honorable Higariba? Because some are saying that you cannot give some persons clean slate to just come back without jostling with the others. Why is it that there are no equal opportunities for aspirants in your party?
Okay, I'll take it this way. You see, let's start from Comrade Adams Oshomole. Before the emergence of our governor, he was the leader of the APC in Edo State and also a former governor. And given his pedigree and intimidating resume, it's only right that he's given the first right of refusal, the right of first refusal, only when he declines before other people. And in any case, to my knowledge, there is no contender for the position up till this moment. So it will appear.
Are you sure about it, Honorable?
To the best of my knowledge. If you
best of your knowledge?
Yeah,
okay.
If you know any, please let me know
right.
who is running for the Senate position in the Edo North.
Okay.
I do not know of anyone within the APC rank who has signified interest. Then if you come to within the party, why the party chairman probably was asked to return, you have to also understand that sometimes it's good to maybe just say thank you to certain individuals on the back of their performance, given that he just ran election against an opposition party, led us into victory as the chairman of the party against the PDP in this state. And it's only right for party cohesion that is allowed to continue, since he's having a winning spin and the party wants to continue winning. So why change a winning team?
So you say, like, party come together and say, look, we have to satisfy these persons because of what they've achieved in the
on
past.
On the back of their achievements, recent achievements.
Achievement.
Yes.
I'll come back to Honorable. Well, Comrade Brown, do you share their sentiment before I go to Abuja to ask all the same question about his own political party?
My opinion is that the APC usually don't consider what is fair, what is on the side of justice, equity. They believe in what wins.
What wins?
If the formula wins, whether or not it is fair, it's usually not the problem. And that's basically, you can give it to them. They probably would have seen that, okay, with this person, we're going to get that slot. We'll win Edo North Senatorial District. So it doesn't matter if people now line up to want to take part in the process. They could be robbed of that chance. They could be denied that opportunity to also try themselves in the process. Otherwise, whether or not he was a governor, the moment you finish your tenure, you become a citizen. You fall back into the system. In some climes where these things actually work the way they ought to be, he ought to go back and follow the same process that ordinary Nigerians would have followed. But the moment you start placing them at that level, it reduces the chances of others to contest the same position you are contesting. I'm from Edo North, and I can tell you that there are 1,001 persons who are interested in that office. But now they cannot go. They have to shut up and fall in the line. Because, of course, the powers that be have spoken that this person is going back. I don't have anything against it. Like I said before, it is what works. With that, they're going to get the result. So you can't take it away from the APC. So that's my opinion on that.
Okay, let's move straight down to Abuja, where Kennedy Ojo is standing by, the chairman of the ADC. If you take a look at the news a few days ago, well, I said last week, you get to see some of your party members carrying placards saying that your party is imposing candidate, well, I use the word aspirant right now on them. They were on TV, on social media, saying that what you guys are doing right now is against the tenets of democracy. What's your reaction to that, Honorable?
Well, like I said, democracy is a process that allows everyone to participate. So their participatory role is to be part of the conversation of any decision that the party wants to make. So a situation whereby people were not part of any conversation and they discover that the decision has been reached, it's their right to say, how did you get here? So if you see some people carrying placard, it's part of democratic process, saying we are not satisfied with the process that happened in that order. And it also boils down that the party should be able to also call those persons and say, this is how we come to where we are right now. This and that was what we put together to arrive at this compromise. We didn't impose. We look at the best bet for the party. We are looking at the possible way of winning. Because in every political party, the best foot forward is their best bet. Because if you don't win, you can't be talking about governance. If you look at what some other persons have just said about what the APC is doing in Edo North, they didn't impose it simply because it's the only man that is there. They are looking at their best bet. Who can win for us? Is this man have the capacity to win? Who is it that have that capacity that can be able to help us deliver that St. Peter district? So if this man have all it takes to do that, why going for alternative? So I think political party, in their wisdom, they can be able to go in that direction. But what I don't like is don't impose candidate on people without bringing them into the conversation. No matter how ugly the conversation may look, let them be part of the conversation. Let them be part of it. Let them know the process that led to that decision. Because by the time they are not part of it, they reserve their right to also agitate and say, we are against what you have done. So what you saw in our party some few days ago, where you see some people were carrying placards, to say we won't allow a candidate to be imposed on us, is just the same issue as they were not part of the conversation. And I believe by now they might have been considered and their opinion have been taken, and they have also been made to know the reason why such decisions were taken. So that is how political party runs. As an administrator of political party, what we look at in every election is this person, what is his pedigree? What can he do? Is it generally acceptable by the people? Does he have strict credibility? If we feed this candidate, how do we show what will be the outcome of that election? So these are permutations that we put on the table to look at. So by the time you are able to explain all of this, before you know it, you discover that people begin to say, oh, this person is credible. Then if you feed this person, even people from the other side of the divide will vote for him. So that's what we are looking this time. So for our party, we are not imposing candidate on anybody. We are going to be fair in our all our dealings. And if there be any reason for going against the tenets and the democratic principle, definitely people will react. If I'm even in that shoe, I will also react. So that's what I believe. Thank you.
Okay, I will come back to you because they are still saying that they are not in the picture of things. Well, Comrade Obaraye, if you take a look at political party right now, like what you're pointing out, literally what both of you said about putting your best first foot forward. But some are saying that this might just cause trouble at the end because you have so many dissatisfied or unsatisfied members of political party. Taking out permutation and of course a combination towards 2027, is it going to help your party?
Wilson, let me also guide you.
Yes.
First of all, politics is a place where you have serious, unserious, and never serious people.
Serious, unserious, never serious people.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you can see some people now, they go and print poster for governorship. You on your own know that person cannot even win the unit, the street, the house where he or she is living. But just because of one or two issues.
You just hold on now. After this break, you express more your opinion, right? If I want to take a short break, when we return, we'll continue with this discussion. Do not go away. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Still dwelling deeply into the conversation about political permutation ahead of 2027 across all political parties. I have my analyst with me in the studio, and one joining us via visually all the way from Abuja. Comrade, you were making the point before we went on that particular bit. Could you please go ahead with the point you were doing?
Politics we have serious,
Serious and never serious.
You see some people who print posters who want to contest an election, and the person cannot even win his or her unit, neither his or her even if you decide to put an election to say this man has 6 children, maybe 2 wives, that's 8, and you put an election in that house, the man will still lose the election. But you see that same man shouting outside to say you want to become this, want to become that, just because politics is for everybody. In a same line, don't you know who will win an election? If you say you have other candidate that want to contest that Gasali or Shomole and they do not, in a same line, will anybody want to pursue? Because you know later they'll come and call you maybe former senator, or because politicians will not come to say let's settle. Those are what some people. It's business for some people. Just because some of us have integrity. If you print poster and the next they tell you how much is your bargain or what will you get. That is what people do. To become a senatorial, to win Senate in Dona or anywhere in Nigeria, you need over $1 billion naira. Then a man that has stay in one room in his father's house, where you want to become a senator, how? You should tell me, Wilson, how much is Jingo in ITV if I want to do it for 1 month? ITV will not collect $1 million naira for me if you want to do it for me 60 seconds. For every day, you won't collect. That one is one poster. We're meeting people.
So are you now weighing candidate according to the financial muscle of the party?
It's not free. Don't let anybody shy away from that. It's not free. Don't let anybody pretend. Are you getting it now? If I decide to contest tomorrow, if you are going to greet me, you should know that if you come, I want to give you something to go. Never, don't pretend. If I don't give you, you are going to go to the gate to say, now this one I want to win election. This one will come greet, so they tell us bye bye. Now Baba will not chop. You will say it.
All right.
Just few individuals will not say it. So if the party decides to say, okay, let's also weigh those that have integrity. Let's also weigh those that will have what to bankroll this issue. Because the party don't even have the money to give. So you that want it, first of all, will say, this is what I have.
All right.
So that when the time comes, the party will not be now left alone. Okay, I asked the scenario during the break. I said, where are those who want to be labor?
We'll come to that.
They vanished because now they've eaten. So now they want to now start politics. Then they didn't play politics.
Okay.
Now the game has started. They've now gotten base. They now have foundation. So they want to start
Politics.
Are you getting that?
I will come back to you, comrade.
So those type of political mistakes happen once in a lifetime. It does not happen like that again.
I will come back to you. You may call it political mistake, but to them it's providence. It happened. It can still happen. It may still happen. You never can tell. Honorable, some of the people that you have some external factors, external influence vis-a-vis some political bigwigs outside Edo State influencing the decision made by the APC in Edo State. After all, this Saturday, it is going to be hot, hot, hot in some climb and cold, cold, cold in other climb because of what is going to happen in your political party.
Well, we have the national convention of our political party this weekend, and it will more or less be an yes votes for the incumbent national chairman who is returning, and the other positions as usual will be zoned. We had the zonal congresses just yesterday, and and of course the president has been endorsed across the 6 geographical zones. But again, when you are winning, seemingly, it's the time for you to be more cautious. It's the time for you to imbibe more democratic tendencies. And we have an example to learn from the PDP that thought they could be in power forever, because at the time, if you were not a member of the PDP, you couldn't win elections. But all that is like history now, is gone. So what happened to the PDP should teach my party a lesson not to fall into certain booby traps. Because of the PDP scenario, we now have certain political cultures that were not there before. And if you see why we have 2 ways for candidates to emerge now, a consensus, and of course, going before all the members of the political party. A consensus presupposes that you bring all the aspirants together and respectfully carry them along, assuage their concerns, and the party, with utmost discipline, the core word being respect, tell them this is our decisions, this is why we hope that you guys wait for another time. This is what you must carry them along, because at the end of the day, the first issue, I'd like you to take your mind back to, at a time in this country, in the Southwest, SDP was reigning supreme. And in their most popular state, where they knew they were going to win, they lost, which was Lagos. Why? That was Sarumi and Professor Agbola Jobi. They were in court over the candidacy of the SDP. And that's what brought Chief Otedola as governor of the NRC. Majority of the members were of the PDP in the House of Assembly, but he won. Take us back to recently, even in our APC, via federal constituency, where we had Engineer Osaon locked in with Charity Amanyawe in this APC, over litigating over who should be candidate, because the leadership failed at that point to arrive at a consensus, to carry both of them along, to strike a deal that will leave nobody aggrieved. They will also now have instances of party members feeling justified, because giving ticket is only one step towards an election. And we saw that how fast the Labour Party was organized across the country within 6 months. We are still close to more than 6 months to an election. Therefore, when you are a ruling party, it's a time to be humble in victory and in leadership, and so don't dare people.
So are you saying right now in your party, people are being dead, people are not being respected, people are not being carried along in this decision?
No.
Is that what you're saying, Honorable?
No, my advice is that my party should tread with caution. Imbibe all the democratic tendencies necessary. Even when we're arriving at consensus, we must go the extra mile to bring in all those who showed interest, whether they have the means or not. It's also a defect in the Nigerian political system that even as rich as Donald Trump was, people chipped in $2, $10 towards his election. And that is how it should be. Because many of our party members, unfortunately in Nigeria, don't believe they should have any financial responsibility towards the party. And so easily the money bags will grab it. But you should know that if you are expecting dividends of democracy, you should part with some money to support your party.
I will come back to you, Honorable. Well, Comrade Brown,
yes.
You've heard both of them. Let's come to your party. You're still a member of the Labour Party, right?
Yes, I'm
because
still in
like
the Labour Party.
most of them that won in previous election, they are no longer with you. What is really going on? Like what he said off camera, is there a Labour Party in Edo State?
Labour
Others are
Party-
getting set.
Labour Party still exists.
In your heart or
no,
where?
no. Let us see our structure across, in Edo State, for instance.
Yes.
We see our structure across the local government, across the world. Meetings are still going on. I can give you that for free. But the point I want you to understand is that I think if you had asked me a month ago, who was going to win the 2027 election and with what margin, I would have told you without sentiment that it was the APC. And I'll give you reasons. But as of today, I can't say the same thing. Now, because in my opinion, the APC has made a mistake.
Which is?
So, which is the injustice. Within the party, there are a lot of things that have happened that have created division, that a lot of persons are disgruntled right now. And I can tell you for free that the same way that most of them exodus into the party, that's the same way they're going to leave before the election. A lot of persons are going to leave the APC to go to other political parties, not because they don't want to be a member of the political, but because they want to show you that since you feel I'm a nobody, I want to prove to you that I'm somebody. In politics, it's about making impression. It's about impression. You have to show your capacity. So, if I am desperately wanting to be a member of the Federal House of Representatives, maybe representing Ego Ikubauka, for instance, and I put him to want to contest, and you say, no, relax, it is not your turn. You still playing the politics of the late Chief Tony Aneni, the late this man from Oyo State at the time. You still playing that kind of politics in 2026. A lot of persons will not be happy with you. And the party, for me, as of today, I can tell you that sweep that we're expecting, that massive win we're expecting, is reducing. And the reason it's reducing is not because other political parties are not becoming stronger. It's because within their own party, they're already losing their members to these parties that are forming and these parties that are existing. You find some of these persons that are in the party right now who will go to ADC, those who will go to Labour and other political parties to contest. And that is also disintegrating the base, because they have their own support. When you live with your 10 members, and this one live with his 15 members, they go to other political parties and they come together. They can even decide to support the candidate that's already there, just to make sure that they are not with you on this one. Okay. Because you actually told them to their faces that they had to wait for someone to go before they can go. If you feel somebody is popular, like we said about Oshomole, if you feel this guy has everything it takes to win election, he has the funds, he has the popularity, then he should go to the field and prove it. Primaries is a place where you prove that, look, I'm actually popular with the people. And once you're able to do that, then everybody that participated in the process will now support you that has emerged. It doesn't matter if I had 1 vote or if I had 10 votes. If you win at the primary, then I support you. If I still decide to leave after participating in the primary with you and you won and I lost to you, then it means that I'm just not satisfied with whatever comes.
All right.
And that's what I think.
All right, correct. I will definitely come back to you. Have so much to react to. But let's get straight down to Abuja, where Honorable Odion is standing by. Now, let's take a look at your political party, the ADC. Some are saying that it's not going to be a walk in the park for your party because of factions that came into your party from various political parties. They've opinion that some are loyal to Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, while some are also loyal to Gregory Peter Obi. And of course, we have David Mark. Don't forget to mention the former governor of Rivers State, yes, Amechi. Now, how are you going to bring these factors or these people, this faction together to give you a resounding victory come 2027?
Yes. These are parts of the democratic process we are talking about. We understand those tendencies in politics, and as people will often say, that politics is all about interests. And those persons' interests, if they are not captured, there is every tendency that they are not able to work together going forward. You know, what we are doing as a party and at the leadership level is to ensure
Okay, fine. Maybe when we're able to establish contact with him, you get to hear his own reply to that particular question. Let me come to you, comrade. as it stands right now, some members of the Labour Party, they're now in your party. Right, we have Senator Nadai Masme, right? If I'm making a mistake, I stand to be corrected. We also have
Richard Edosa.
Richard Edosa, you just name it. And they are saying that in some week you do have an interest in Owedo for a constituency. And if you bring in this interest of Mr. President, and of course, Mr. Minister also talking about the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, bringing it together, having this intercourse with Edo politics, do you feel that there will be commotion in your party?
I don't foresee commotion. What I don't foresee commotion is that if the best candidate comes out, we are nowhere to will we deliver the person. And still, I also trust the leadership of nowhere to who believes that the best candidate should be. You know, politics is about rumor. Sometimes I think if I also wanted to turn myself to a leftist, I have so many friends at the leadership level who told me to come and contest election. And I wonder, I said, don't tell me. I'm managing myself now. I know the risk involved in trying to win an election. I've seen people who once owned businesses, grasslanded just to try. Why some who never ever participated from the village went to Abuja? So if you are not well calculated, you take the risk, you might not recover, because politics money is not refundable. You don't write it there, it's not refundable. If I come to visit you and you give me 5 million to say, let me do this, let me do that, I'm at the gate, I tell you I won't do it. That's the end of that money. You can't say bring it because you didn't tell me this is what it is. So it's risky. So the party also knows who is the best. If you, after serving 16 years as youth leader, I know where to. If you give me somebody that I don't can't deliver, it will be hard. I get it. The one my friend, my very good friend, Brown is saying, I think he knows more about the APC, not even knowing more about the president, what his party where is. So I think he would have been able to.
No, that is a low blow. That is a low blow, bro. Come on. You see a Labour Party Facebook.
I'm not saying it's not. I say he now know more of what is happening in our party APC than what is happening in his own. For him to tell me Abu Mary is of no value now in the present Labour Party structure, not to tell me that I'm not sure he knows where the present party issue. They were still telling me that they have structure courts around. They still hold meetings. So that we should not say that publicly. It's impossible for them because people don't sit down. People don't sit down. People don't sit down. Leaving their businesses to come and sit down to do what? If these people you just named now have left the party, those are the people that were oiling the party. A party must be oiled. At least 1, 2, 3 weeks they are coming, they know they are leaving. If it's biscuits, not those things you call irrelevant, and what those people take for value, they will leave their business in millions and come and sit down for 1 or 2 hours and they are leaving. That peanut you give to them, the mother is dragging. This one on my own. So if it's not there, don't tell me the party is ongoing.
All right.
As you just said about people interfering, people must interfere in politics because it's not a secret society. Even if we are going to do a secret society election amongst us here, somebody outside will interfere to say, I for like make a rival deal, you know, say in get that international level. People will want to. So in politics, people have their own tentacles. If I decide to contest election tomorrow, we see more. I also want to speak to say, if only this party can give to Sahara Bawa because I know it. I get it. But the best you can do is to advise. Not Wike is not coming here to vote or participate. If he's going to buy the conscience of people, is to tell them, I for want to not impose. Gone are the days of imposement. He have told you the blow you receive when you impose. The blow when you receive when you impose is worse. It's catastrophic. It's not what you think. And the leaders are aware because it is easier for someone to quickly fall in line if the blow falls than a leader who has no other business, who is known as a politician. His address is a political address. To come back, to fall back, because first of all, there's a shame. They have their business to maintain. Why we can just throw to say, I got no verse, not be play, all the follow you, they play, all those ones they talk for talking sake. We can quickly adjust. For them, it's hard, so they will not also take that risk.
All right.
But they might also want to try it to see who will chicken out. That's politics.
Politics. Okay.
Sometimes you threaten to say, "We should come out there. Do you have money? Live there." And then you see what it that. Oh God, this say I will. He leaves. You know, this one will be checking out. So rumors come. The time is coming by. You hear people even telling you how these people were born and bred. They will tell you the bosses in war. The day they got married. The time is coming where lies will now also come. Because some people are mastered to that to tell you because you are shouting because I have not lied against you. Don't worry, I will tell them how you married a prostitute. And your wife is a lawyer or something. They will just formulate that story and the next you start trying to deny before you deny that move. So politics is intrigues. You have just said one. And that one you said we still have more.
That will come up. All right.
You cannot sit down to tell me that the governor of the party is the leader should not have an input. You cannot sit down to tell me we have other people that would have contested as Ashimole. Why if you know so you're popular, why you not go free?
Okay.
Why will a man who believes in politics, who is a politician, tell you that?
I'll come back to your buy if time permits. Honorable, as it stands right now, because we just can't take a look at Edo State politics without taking a look at what is about to happen in Owedo. You saw the news, was it a few days ago or last week, where an aspirant, yes, Osaro Baza of your party, called the leaders to address them, saying that, look, we have been here for quite a long time. No other politician or brother or having a same political party would take my place. You saw also the declaration of a party, former commissioner for education, saying, look, they are vying for that same position. These are the permutation. You also have issues where we have an Ogbede Yama, two guys were mentioning names. Ogbede Yama saying, look, he's going for this particular position. And of course, one person is saying, I am interested in that particular position. Honorable.
To add,
yes.
For the rep, you didn't add the present person. It's a tripod.
A tripod?
Yes, because you might have mentioned 0/2 at the end of the day.
Oh.
Which is the incumbent who joined us from Labour, Esusa Yahweh. Of course, Honorable Sarah Obaze, who is a former council chairman, a formidable candidate, a grassroots politician. And of course, we have Dr. Paddy Yam, the current Commissioner for Education, who has been also very wonderful, as a cabinet member. Therefore, it behoves on the leadership now to ensure that whosoever is not going to be nominated is placated one way or the other. And for Ogbede Yama, it's almost laughable for people to say that he's being suggested by the minister as though he was not the James Breaker of Oredo, the first person to win Oredo House of Rep twice back to back against sitting governors Oshomole and Obaseki of different parties. He's the only man that have done that. So it's not like one unpopular person.
So it's not a pushover, it's not a walkover.
So
how are you going to settle this? Because they won't take it lying.
I'm amazed when people talk as though they have brought somebody with no name from nowhere to come and be a senator. He ran for governorship. And yes, was going to get a PDP ticket.
And you don't sense trouble brewing in a political party with these gladiators.
It's always going to be done. The day where we used to do it, even in the days of Comrade Oshomole.
Yeah.
Comrade Oshomole, I think they should take from that. Always called all the aspirants for every position for a meeting. And spoke to them why he believes the party should go in. The leaders of the local government sometimes are even called. Once the decision is made and the leadership of the party arrive at that decision, he sends for the aspirant.
Our time is up.
Personally speaks to them.
Our time is up.
A long way.
I just wish we had enough time, but we have to expedite enough time. But for you, bro, just 1 minute.
Okay,
what advice do you have for political parties? 1 minute.
Is that my leader said I know more about the APC now than I know about the Labour Party. It's okay. But the truth is that within the APC,
yes,
you find this division, this group attacking this group, and so people are definitely going to move with their people.
All right,
that is the way it's going to go.
Thank you. Couldn't we establish contact with Ken? Yes, Odion. You're talking about the ADC chairman of Edo State. You would have had so much to say about the big wigs also trying to grab the soul of the party ADC, but it's over. Some are saying they sense trouble brewing because it's not going to be a walk in the park for any of these aspirants. But given the governor, the chairman of the APC, and of course the 7th Senator Adams Aliyu Oshomole, straight ahead, clean bill right to go ahead. What about the others are saying it's not fair? Others should go and try their luck. Anyway, we may have a part of the discussion, but for next week, Mr. Rosa will be on the ground to take you through another round of 60 Minutes Nigeria. Once more, gentlemen, thank you so much. I appreciate the wonderful analysis. See you guys some other time. God willing. Bye for now.
This is ITV.
Certainly the best.
Some days, there comes the Ugemobo Festival, which the Oba celebrates outside the palace gate. A pavilion is built of red cloth where rites are performed to drive away all evil spirits still unsatisfied by the year's sacrifices. The Ugemobo Festival is to commemorate an event in Benin history which dates back to 1504 AD.
Yari yari, Ọba Tope.
The Oba of Benin added a colorful mood to the year's celebration as he walks round the city center amidst cheers.
Top on the list of the initiates was the eldest son of the Esama of Benin and former governor of Edo State, Chief Lucky Nosakare Igbenedion. 11 of his siblings, namely Bright Ayamekwe Igbenedion, Honorable Charles Osemwige Igbenedion, Peter Osawari Igbenedion, Dr. Fred Osamui Igbenedion, Barrister Mike Osarene Igbenedion, Efosa Douglas Igbenedion, Ukbonwa Enes Igbenedion, Osawe Igbenedion, Edosa Igbenedion, Dr. Daniel Omorege Igbenedion, Agbon Steve Igbenedion, as well as the Executive Director Operations, ITV and Radio, Chief Elder Ugbeide Nwonse. It was a vital aspect of Okada community's cultural heritage, which emphasized the significance of age, responsibility, and community service. Over 50 notable sons of Okada were also initiated. According to tradition and customs, those initiated, dressed in white traditional attire, were made to undergo some rituals, while the Odionwe pronounces blessings on them and assisted them to take a seat with the elders.
This is ITV.
Certainly the best.
Hello viewers, welcome to Viewpoints on ITV. I am Caroline Okonji, and today on Viewpoint we're going to be talking about the current electricity issues and situations that we as business owners, as individuals, are facing in Nigeria, as over 80% of households lack adequate access to grid, as Nigeria's electricity sector suffers from chronic liquidity trap and infrastructural decay, leading to frequent national grid collapses, with generation dropping below 4,200 megawatts, far short of the 4,000 megawatts required for its citizens and population. It is a Viewpoint on ITV, and we're going to be looking at some of the key issues affecting our electricity sector in Nigeria. I am Caroline Okonji.
In terms of security of it, we need light. And based on that, in some areas, it makes it difficult for us when we are on patrol at night. And we are even begging the state government to try and do something, at least by supplying street lights in some area that are dark in the night. In most cases in our community, there are places that is very dangerous, that without light we cannot do anything of such. For so doing, we want, as a matter of urgency, the Edo State government to try and do the needful, so that the security will be okay for us, so that we can be able to work effectively.
The issue of NEPA issue that you came from is very rapid to us, in the sense that the NEPA look as if we are not a citizen of Nigeria, because since a month there's no light in us. We have been passing through. Which NEPA, anytime they came a minute or 30 minutes to, they will come and bring the light to us. That is, we are not expecting them to come and collect their bill. Indirectly, we are expecting bill from them to come and collect. Within that hour or 2 hours, you will see a number of people with a ladder. They will come. And after their collection, there's nothing like light again. They will block us up. I think before we have this light, they mandated us to buy a meter, which we bought individual. We pay through the NDC, we have our transformer, not through NEPA. Before we got out this light, they mandated us to write an application of submitting it to the NEPA as a will to them. And we work for it. And we should not claim ownership. And we fought for the transformer. And after that, again, they came that there is no oil in it. We pay up to 1 point something a day. Before. After all that, they came up again, said it was meter issue again, that every community, every houses have to have a meter, which we did. We have to. I have my own receipt. I have my paper meter in my residential house here. So after all that again, they came up with a past bill. We, before we make that transformer, got that transformer, we've been glad out for 10 years here. They came with a bill to us again that we need to pay a standing bill. We went to Testament, their office there. After we left the one at the bypass, they were delivering us. before they now refer us to the one at bypass. I don't want to mention name of the manager there. Got him there again. He said we have to go for all those things. We need to fulfill all those things which we did. After that, they now on the light for us. As they on the light, not up to the month, we are seeing blackout again. So at the end of it, we went again. They said it was according to them, that the electric wiring merge. That was because that they now cut us off again from EOY again, which we not pick. Read that matter again. The Chiri community, which is Kabetu, Igbo and Igwe. After that, they brought a light for a week again. After a week, they cut us off again. They said, EOY is owing. We now went to the office again and told them that if EOY is owing, does that mean it affects our community? We are blackout. So I told you this. So before we sort all those things out, we have already made up our mind. We can do away with our NEPA. When our father was living with a lamp and all these things, we were enjoying it. We cannot be paying for what we are not using. We cannot be paying for what we are not using. So if they feel they want to cut us off from this NEPA issue, they should cut everybody off totally, so that we will know that we are not with NEPA. Not that after 3 weeks, they will not bring a light under 22 hours or 3 hours. They will come and collect their money. It's unfair to the masses.
The electricity issues and challenges that BEDC in the state is devastating, in the sense that as a minister I suffer a lot in terms of electricity. As an individual, not only me, the entire people of Edo State, and not only in Edo State, Nigeria as a whole, we are really facing electricity challenge in the country, in the sense that we are not getting constant light. Even though the tariff of electricity is high, people don't even get the light. I don't know how the government will enhance constant light for the Nigerian people, especially in Edo State here. We are seeing the government are not taking a proactive step towards this direction. But if the government will be able to ensure that people are paying for electricity and they are not getting electricity, government should take a drastic step in this direction by making sure if people have constant light, people will want to pay for it. But a situation where you don't see light, at the end of the month you see BEDC personnel coming to people's house to come to cut lights, is really a problem. My major concern is that let them provide us electricity and people will pay for it. But a situation whereby we don't have constant light, out of 24 hours, people cannot boast of 3 hours light in a day. It's a problem that we are really facing. People who are doing business cannot do business effectively. People who are doing business, they want to make sure their food stuff does not get spoiled. Nobody can preserve their food again. Even though they cook, you cannot preserve it. Even though electricity for our artisans to work, they cannot get electricity to empower their equipment in order to boost productivity for the entire society. It is really a problem. The state of electricity in our country, in our state, is very poor. Very, very poor. We don't know how government is creating effectiveness on this aspect. We say Nigeria is generating electricity and the neighboring are getting electricity, and the people that are in this country are not benefiting it. Nigerians, we are crying. As a person, I am crying. We don't say as an individual we don't want to pay for electricity. We are not saying that they should give us light for free, but let them make light available and let people pay for it.
They often tell us the national grid is collapsed. So ultimately it's to develop enough capacity, the whole process of generation, distribution and the rest of it. And then the enabling law, the happy thing recently is that they have said is deregulated. State governments and private investors can now enter the electricity market, generate and sell. So we do hope that will be a great deal of improvement, because without electricity, really, we are going to remain in the Stone Age. We cannot industrialize. Even domestically, we cannot have the comfort we should derive from electricity. We should consider all the options, whether the new sources like wind, solar in our country, so that we're able to generate enough for our consumption. The darkness is cover for any kind of nefarious activity. Yeah, so if the place is not well lit or substantially lit up, people can ordinarily hide under the cover of darkness to perpetrate just anything, not just robbery, kidnapping and whatever you have. Yeah. Don't also forget that we now have private investors. The government doesn't have so much to do with electricity anymore, apart from regulation. So they also have to maximize their profit. So it may have been a mistake in the first instance, divesting from electricity at the level of government.
Let me talk about the state where I live, where I reside. The total blackout is nothing to write up about. We really suffer when it comes to light. Edo is suffering. I think our governor is trying to, we have to do more. Our Excellency, Senator Monday, our governor of Edo State, Executive Governor, we have to do more when it comes to that light issue. We are suffering. There are some of us who can provide electricity for ourselves, solar and all that. Maybe a generator, this was the case, but not everybody. And so at this juncture, I think it is expedient that our governor looks straight into this issue and solve this problem. What would I call it? I don't know the right English to use. The right English right now, we have serious problem when it comes to light. Businesses are going down. Those selling drinks, those who have koro, without generator, you can't do anything. And the J is on the high side. Those small jewelry, those are better passing our neighbor used to buy then 30,000, 10,000. Now you can't buy it. Then the other one is the Tiger and the LMX 1 point something for ordinary generator. So it doesn't make any sense at all. So we're begging on our executive governor, the governor that knows what to do, to please to look into us and save us from darkness. Then when it comes to these funny BDC people, we're raising a child that came from the US and the others. The first thing they learned in Nigeria is NEPA don't bring light. Children brought from abroad. The NEPA don't bring light. Can you imagine such? And so these funny people, 2 days, they'll bring the light on and off for 2 days. The next thing they'll come with their estimated billing. They start dragging people, wires and all that. It's high time. I think it's high time we stand our ground and let them know that we're not fools. We are Nigerians. We all own this nation. It belongs to nobody. It belongs to nobody and it's for everybody. We should stand our ground and fight for our rights. This BDC, may they pack, may they go. NEPA still better pass. You can't go out at night when there is no light. The security issue is what the government is trying. I cannot chrome them in one day, but we individual too. Like the police used to say something, say something. But sometimes when you say something, they use it as a bait. And so we need to. Edo State government need to give us security as well. Nightlife in Benin is almost gone. But I also want to say kudos to our governor. For the first time, December free of bloodshed. It was wonderful. December, look, we have most of our people in Nigeria right now, those living in diaspora, those living abroad. Many of them came December and this January. And they came and they're enjoying it. So I believe our excellent governor, our excellency, can do more about that to give us more security. Like those travel, if you're traveling from Benin to Akure, Benin to Ifon, those roads are no-go area at night. You can't date. So I believe with all hands on deck and our governor and the police, our CP, let's hope and pray for our action governor to do something about insecurity.
ADDC, since they came in, I don't think they have done well by my own assessment. And darkness is synonymous with demonic things. And they have thrown their city into darkness, Benin City, Edo State as it were, is in darkness. And I think that the government should step into the matter to do something about the situation. Because the way I look at it is that, for me, I think it is deliberate. Because there are some areas that have light. They call it dedicated light. So why can't everybody have the same light? Because there are areas for 2 weeks no light, for 1 month no light. Some people have 3 hours a day. Some people have 1 hour. And if they bring light in these 20 years, so people shout, hey, they'll be saying up NEPA instead of up BEDC, which is BEDC. So the thing is that government should step in and help us. People are dying, and most people are paying for darkness. They go there, they threaten people, they bring light when it is wanted for 3 days, 2 hours, 3 days, they come and collect money and they shut it down again. So I think the government should step in. If they are going to be thrown out, they should be thrown and bring people who can give us light, who are ready to pay. It was privatized. That was a good intention by government, but the people that did it, I'm sure they gave it to their cronies who does not know anything about the management of light, and that's why we are where we are. It has really hampered nightlife because you don't work in darkness. And the only thing that is helping us now is this solar that people put everywhere. And some persons that have money to buy diesel and buy fuel. It's not everybody that have that kind of money. So it has really disturbed or hampered nightlife. But government is trying to bring it back by putting street light and everything. So we commend them. We pray that God will give government more power, more strength, more wisdom to do what they have to do. And there's individuals are also trying by helping to lighten up everywhere. So we praise them. But for BEDC, I think they should go. Make better people.
The situation of electricity in Benin here now, I will give them at least 30%. They don't even up to 50% from area. But I wish the government can improve, because if you see what will happen to us now, we all they use our hand to define electricity. Some of us will go generator for us, some of us will get solar, some of us will go generate a big blister. All these people will get like hotel. So I wish the government will really improve for electricity. All those generators will become condemned money for our hand. You understand? So people not going to go for it. And money, now they need to put, because that energy, that light will really need that. If light day for this, imagine if you come for here for Silok Road now, come and already put light, but in the evening, everywhere will be dark. So where there's light, everything, even the security aspect of itself, waiting anything for that light is too plenty. Maybe one particular. So we need light. If I come out for office now, if light no day, we will buy generator. At least from office, I buy at least, if I'm not mistaken, 5,000 every day for sure. Imagine at times 1 month, I big money, I think money. From then I will go see look at it, make come here say we want to go for solar. We can use solar to stabilize them, because solar they give us more, make savings from the fuel aspect of it. So if you get light, nothing like light, your light can carry AC, can carry everything for us. And to the noise, no go even give you that noise issue. So we prefer light more than any other thing.
The light is our problem. We are suffering for light. You can see our business without light, we cannot improve. We need light. The show of light is very, very, very low. I don't know if you're getting it, very low. We need light. The show of light in Edo State is very poor. Patronage is very low. You can see we import fuel at least every day 10,000, 15,000 a day. But you can stay 2 days, 3 days, no light. The show of business is very, very, very low. Very low. So we are begging government to improve on the light aspect. That light, you cannot sell bulb, you cannot sell fan. You understand? When you have light, you prepare to buy fan. Not everybody can provide solar for his house. Actually, we need light.
electricity in Benin City or in Edo State has been with mixed feelings, because to some they will give the positive nod that they are faring well with the supply of electricity, but with some become so epileptic of recent. Me personally, I have discovered that we are not paying for what we get, or we don't get what we pay for. The reason being that the regulatory body that's supposed to task the BEDC are not doing enough to satisfy a customer by way of ensuring that you get what you pay for. For those who are using prepaid meter, there are reports that suggest that even the prepaid meter is even overbilling or overcharging consumers, as against what the government is telling us. Only recently we discovered that the BDC keep complaining that the generation company is not supplying them what they ought to get, which will in turn affect the consumer. And even at a point they also raise the issue of federal government owing them. But just recently the federal government has paid a huge sum of money to liquidate what they are owing this distribution company. But looking at the experience of consumer in terms of the electricity supply, it is so appalling. They will either give you excuse of faulty transformer, which they left for the consumer to contribute money to fix, whereas it is supposed to be the onus of BDC to fix the transformer so that they can in turn supply electricity to the consumer who pay for that service. It's like you are buying a recharge card. I am not sure that the recharge card you buy is what they give you. It varies from quarter to quarter. It varies from consumer to consumer. For example, for those who have been using the analog or the estimated billing, you will discover that whatever they bring, which is not subject to negotiation, by the time you now procure your own prepaid meter, they will bring everything inside the bill and begin to roll out deductions arbitrarily without consulting with the consumer. Even the estimated billing they brought was not even discussed by the consumer. So, and there is nobody that is there to advocate for the consumer or to leverage on the complaints. Nobody to complain to. So that makes it very, very heartbreaking. So for me, I believe the federal government and indeed the lawmaker, the National Assembly, should set up a body where consumer can run to and lay their complaints, so that there can be an equilibrium between the consumer and the BDC, for example.
To wrap it up on Viewpoint on ITV, we're going to be highlighting some of the key issues that was actually mentioned by our respondents, which some said it is as a result of poor maintenance, gas supply shortage, and poor metering, just to list but a few. And the government at all levels, they are expected to do the needful and do the right thing to ensure steady power supply for citizens in order to boost means of livelihood, especially for business owners in the country. It is Viewpoint on ITV. I am Caroline Okonji.
This is ITV.
Certainly the best.
The Esama of Benin Kingdom thanked the new Edion for visiting him and advised them to always abide by the rules and regulations of their new positions. The Esama urged them to indulge in what will continue to bring development and progress to the community.
When I say it's your job, I wait to us and I know what I will.
Yes, Papa.
Caliban was in a cocoa, no, we say, who paid you? Who paid you?
Papa.
Eko mwana sewa. Ewa ya lolote nete dirwe ya sewa maboma. Awe huwe dine. Ejo wuki. Ejo na wele. Ejo na kulukwe. Ejo na mnuri ya kwa ewa. Bawe kwa ba. Ojo wuki. Kaja de nena ya de wuki. Bawe kwa de wuna mwana no mase bloka yi.
ITV, certainly the best. This is ITV.
Certainly the best.
Well, everyone is a hero online until the chips are down, until you meet the person you're talking to one-on-one, face-to-face, when you can no longer hide behind the keypad. Well, is that who you are? Well, that's exactly what we're going to be discussing tonight on the Guys Hangout Show on independent television, reaching you live from the city of Benin. Now, for those that are just joining us for the first time, the Guys Hangout Show is a show that teaches men to put themselves first, to invest in themselves, to prioritize themselves, just so they will be able to live up to society's expectation. My name is Harry Aigboje, and of course, it's always a pleasure to have you join me on the Guys Hangout Show. And tonight isn't going to be an exception. Well, tonight we have a very, very interesting topic, something that has to do with hiding behind the keyboard or the keypad just to talk tough. We're talking cyberbullying. Well, I'm sure a lot of us out there are already familiar with bullying, okay? But what about cyberbullying? Now, that's exactly what we're going to be beaming our searchlight on tonight. And to do this with me is, my very good friend, the one and only Emmanuel Walter. Welcome on board, bro.
I'm really, anytime I'm here, I'm always happy.
Yes, I can imagine how excited it feels to be, seated there.
Yeah, on the hot seat, actually.
Absolutely. I can imagine how hot it is, but, that's basically what the Guys Hangout Show is about, right? We bring people, to occupy the hot seat just so they can, do us the honor of examining most of these topical issues with us. Now, we have a very interesting topic, Walter.
Okay.
Cyberbullying. First off, what's bullying to you?
Bullying. What's bullying? Bullying is oppression. You're oppressing someone you feel a weaker opponent. You feel because you are stronger than him or you are bigger than him, then you can just oppress him and take anything from him.
Okay.
With force, with the use of force.
So in a nutshell, bullying is oppression.
Yes.
Intimidation.
Yes.
Okay, so let's now take it beyond the physical, because I think your definition pretty much speaks to
the physical
form
realm
of it, right?
Yeah.
But let's take it beyond the physical now.
Okay.
Cyberbullying. What is it to you?
Now, it's almost just the same.
Okay.
It's still oppression. It's still intimidation. Only that now you are not doing it online, and not only are you doing it online, you are not doing it directly to the person.
With your full chest, like they say.
With your full chest, you understand? You are hiding behind the screen of your phone. In most cases, if you ever see that person face to face, if you don't have the power to challenge that person,
or to say the same thing that you're saying online,
the same thing you are saying to that person, you understand? You might ever be scared, you might ever be shivering, you understand? But because now you are hiding behind the screen of your phone, you feel you have all the power in the world.
Okay.
You get to talk to that person, to intimidate that person. That's cyberbullying.
Okay, so here's the next question I would love to ask. Why do some persons become so confident to, bully other persons online? What gives them that much courage?
First of all, like I said, because you are not meeting that person in physical. The heroes, you are the hero now. You are a hero behind your own phone screen, behind your own keyboard. You understand? So you are giving full. You feel like you are
immunity.
Yes, there's nothing, and I think there's always this anonymous of a thing now that they can't trace you safe. They can't trace you. They can't know who you are. So now being anonymous now, knowing that there's no way they are going to trace you, you just feel you can say, you can do.
Are you talking about people deliberately hiding their identity online?
Yes.
Like no profile whatsoever?
No profile whatsoever. Just for this cyberbullying. You understand? There's also cyber stalking.
Yeah, can you throw a little more light on that?
Cyber stalking now, you are just obsessed
with the person.
You understand? Some people actually, they don't take it lightly with cyber stalking. They don't actually take it lightly with cyber stalking. You understand? Because now you are following their pages back to back, always checking their new posts. You get, every now and then you are always on their page. You are not doing any other thing on social media.
You're just following them.
Following them on their
monitoring
page.
Their activities.
Monitoring their activities. If they get a new shirt, if they get a new car, you are just following them. And now that is also affecting your own mentality, because you are feeling now, I'm better than him. Does he have two heads?
So the essence of doing that is to, compete with the person.
Yes, that's another reason why. Now, the cyberbullying. Now, let's merge cyberbullying and cyber stalking together. Now, in the process of stalking this person, you understand, you're seeing the person
as inferior.
Getting cars, getting things that you can't afford. Now you are feeling, does he have two heads?
Okay.
Is he better than you? The next thing that will come to your mind now is how to tarnish his image, that person's image. You come online, you start seeing stuffs about that person. You start seeing stuffs about that person. You start harassing the person. The person does not know you from Adam. You don't know the person from Adam. You only know him through the social media. In most cases, I'm not sure, he might have not even come across your own page on social media. So now you are doing this now just to chase clouds, to attract attention. People should also notice. People are noticing that person now. They should also notice you, that you yourself, you are also here.
Okay.
You get?
Now, I want us to get more practical with this. I think there's also a category of people on social media that are called trolls.
Yeah.
Right? Who are trolls, and how do people troll other people?
These trolls of the people now, they are, let me use this example now. A person is a stan of an artist. You know what a stan means? He's a diehard fan. Of that artist. Now, another person just come online. Let me say two artists, they're arguing. They have their own minor issues between themselves. Yet the fans now, they are taking it extreme.
Personal.
They are taking it personal. You see the fans of this artist saying things about the other artist, bad words about the other artist, and the fan of that other artist, you cannot just sit and watch them insult your own artist. You must retaliate. Now the thing has left the artist and gone to the fans. Before you know, the fans start harassing each other online, start bullying each other online.
Okay, that's trolling.
That's trolling. Now they keep doing this. In most of the time, it's just for clouds.
Okay, so does trolling also entail, deliberately saying hurtful words to someone on social media?
Yes.
Irrespective of their status?
Irrespective of their status, yes. That's also part of the trolling.
Okay, so if, for instance, I just wake up one morning and decide to, say some very disparaging things to anyone that I deem fit, that's trolling, isn't it?
That's trolling, yes. That's trolling. You are actually trolling. You are bullying that person online because the person did nothing wrong.
Okay.
He did nothing wrong. He did not offend you in any way. You just decided to wake up one morning and you come across one post that maybe the post is hurting you. You understand? The next thing, you start harassing that person. That's trolling. You are trolling that person.
Okay, so how, in what ways, or what are the emotional and psychological effects of cyberbullying on teenagers particularly?
Yeah, mental health always goes first. You understand? Because whatever we do in life, it affects us up there.
Okay.
You get, so mental health is something that the kid will keep on thinking. Imagine your phone keep on popping and someone is bullying you online. You keep on seeing that notification you get of someone saying stuff about you, harassing you online. Makes you lose concentration. You get, if it's something now that is not common, that everybody knows about, you might want to stay indoor. It affects your social, the way you socialize with others.
Your social life.
Your social life, you understand? You might not want to go to school again. You don't expect that kid who is thinking of his social media life to be able to pass his exam. So it affects the mental health a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So let's also look at how this affects the academic performance, of young people. it's no news that a lot of young people are very active on social media.
Yeah.
Okay. You just made mention of how it affects them academically.
Yeah.
In what practical ways does it, distract them from, focusing on their academics?
Normally, social media, when we say social media and our teenagers now, social media affects our teenagers a lot academically, because the time that they are supposed to be in their books, the time they are supposed to be with their books,
using it to surf the net,
their own each social media platform, doing one or two things online, keeping themselves busy.
Okay.
You understand? If you are reading your books, if you are with your books, nobody will come and bully you at home with your book. You get?
So social media in itself is a distraction.
It's a distraction. You get? Now, social media now, there's already a distraction. You are on it, and someone is bullying you on that social media. You want to fight back. You get? You have upcoming exams, and someone is bullying you. All your mind won't be focused on that exam. Will be focused on how to revenge to that person, how to talk back. What the next word? Okay, you are thinking now. What's going to be his next word now? What is he going to say next now? How will I reply him? How will I say something that's going to hurt him, that's going to turn the tables around?
So you're already emotionally and psychologically invested in it.
Invested in that already. That's it. I think I have there's a friend of mine who's actually an upcoming artist, and when he got signed by a record label, the record label is not actually big like that also. It's just an upcoming record label. And I think someone just came online one morning and started saying the record label is this, is that, for signing that my colleague. You get? Like that, instead of the record label to that money,
they made the wrong choice.
They made the wrong choice. The money that they are going to invest on that guy, they are supposed to use the money to do other things that's going to benefit them. Now,
imagine the psychological effect that will have on the guy.
Yes, not even on the guy. The guy might, okay, am I want to, okay, let me be here. At least it's something that's going to push me further to do more. Now, this is someone that is already having his fans. His fans are already growing. Now, imagine, let's say, 2 of his fans now, they have upcoming exams, and they'll decide to come online and start replying the person that wake up in the morning just to troll the artist. You understand? So you see where it affects both mentally, academically, and socially.
All right, let's see how the role that peer pressure has to play in all of this. Does the peer pressure have anything to do with this?
Yeah, peer pressure has a lot to do with it. Most times, the bullying, the cyberbullying, in some cases, they are from our friends. Let me say, friends that we have personal vendettas with in real life that can't stand up to us, you understand? They'll go to the social media space, create unknown profile, or go anonymous and start. For instance, now, if a possibility of that friend knowing some of your dark secrets, your secrets that
use them against you,
it might use them against you, and you will not be like, what I did in secret is now on social media. Do you understand? So peer pressure, friendship is also a part of it.
Okay, do you think schools or school authorities should punish students who indulge in cyberbullying?
Yes. Because now the social media now, the cyberbullying is not what you say what happened in room should remain in room. No, it's not going to be like that, because your phone is with you. You keep on seeing notification. You are always online wherever you are going. Now you are in class now. Schools that let kids take their phone to school. You get? You are in class now, and the teacher is teaching. A notification pop up. It's someone harassing you. You are distracted from the teacher. Now, if the school notices such, they should take drastic action in protecting the welfare of the affected, of the victim.
So what measures do you think the school authority could possibly take to curb it, to nip it in the bud?
If the bully is someone that they can track down, they should track the bully down.
Okay.
Caution the person involved in such acts. If it's someone that they can't track down, they can support the child or the victim emotionally, counseling. You get, watch his movements, make sure, because this bullying of a thing now, some people can take it extremely and decide it leads them to depression, that their arts, people that their arts are not strong, their body isn't strong to such plays. Let me say it's a play, such play, you understand? They will take it extremely, overthinkers or overthink this stuff when they are alone. They might not, you might not see it when they are in the group, you understand, when they are with their friends, but when they are alone, they are overthinking this thing and it's affecting them deep down. So the school can help them emotionally.
All right. It has also been discovered that some victims of cyberbullying do not speak up. Why is that? Why do they find it hard to report, such cases to the appropriate authorities?
One of their major fear is fear of not being understood.
Okay.
You understand?
Fear of not being understood.
Of not being understood. Yeah.
Okay.
They might report to someone older than them, and the person might not really understand what is happening, so it won't take the case serious. In other cases now, the parents will want to take the phone away from them. Say, the parents will think that that is the best move to make. That since someone is bullying you online, the best move to make is you not being online. At least if the person is not seeing you online, is not going to bully you anymore. You get, so that fear now of making them, taking their phones away from them, making them going back to the analog age is part of the reasons why they don't speak up. They prefer to keep everything in silence and bear the pain, and for them to speak up, and they are not digital anymore.
Okay, how can bystanders or people who witness cyberbullying help in putting an end to it?
Instead of them being bystanders, I think they should become upstanders.
How?
They should stand up to issues like this. You can report the accounts of the bully. You can report the account of the bully. You can report to the social media security team. And say an account is doing such and such, which is violating your community standard, your rules and regulation. So do your best to do something about it. Little thing can help. Also, you can also DM the victim and also let the victim know that you're seeing what is going on and you are not in support of it. See how you are going to help. See how you're going to help. Anyhow, as much as possible, try to help the victim.
Okay, are there signs that one can look out for, for someone who might be undergoing cyberbullying? Are there any ways to identify somebody who might be a victim of cyberbullying?
Yeah. When the person, you notice a teen now who is cheerful, playful, always with people, and the next thing you see is always alone, is a sign.
Suddenly withdrawn. Or suddenly someone that is usually online, always with the phones, then the next thing you notice that all accounts has been deleted, is also another sign. Try to check and see what is going on with that kid. Okay, what roles do you think parents and guardians can play to mitigate against cyberbullying? You just have to communication is better. Try to communicate with your children and words. With children and words. Try to communicate with them more often. You understand? Let them speak. In some cases now, the parents don't want to feel like they are the best. You get? They'll keep on advising, but they don't want to hear from the child. In this case, hear from the child. Hear what is really going on with that child. You get? The teachers, the parents, instead of taking the phones from that child, let the child know that I'm going to support you. I'm going to help you to overcome this phase that you are in now, because it's definitely a phase that most people must pass through. Okay. You understand? Mostly as kids, because I was once a victim of cyberbullying. You get? So it's definitely a phase. So let them know that you are there to support them, to help them,
to overcome that phase. Don't just stigmatize them. Try to understand them.
Okay.
You get.
All right, thank you so much. There's a certain act that a lot of social media users are guilty of, and they are probably not even aware that they are guilty of it, right? There is a post that is cyberbullying someone.
Okay.
Right? It's clearly, you know, a should I say, a troll post aimed at somebody else. And then some of us see some of these posts and just share them or repost them.
Yeah.
Could that be considered an act of cyberbullying as well?
Yes, you're also a victim of it. You're also a victim of it.
A victim or a perpetrator?
A victim. A perpetrator, sorry.
Okay.
A perpetrator of cyberbullying. Let's use this scenario now. A single person threw a stone to someone. You can call that an assault. You get. But when a group of people each threw stones to that one single person, it's called stoning.
Okay.
You get. So now everybody, they are all involved. You get. They are all perpetrators of that act. So you resharing, you reposting that post, you are spreading the news. You get. You are a perpetrator of it, and definitely you yourself should also be punished. So better still, stay away from it. Desist from such acts.
Okay. Can cyberbullying be taken from, you know, the internet to the physical?
Yes.
Is it possible for it to transcend the internet and become a physical affair?
Yes. Imagine, like we said now, most of these people doing cyberbullying, that are involved in this cyberbullying, they don't have the mind to challenge that person that they are bullying in physical. For instance, somebody bullies me now, and I meet the person in physical, and I discover that this person that has bullying me online is someone that I can deal with.
Okay.
And the damage he has made online is already much already. I want to react.
Okay.
Now we are already abusing ourselves in physical. Are you not bullying me online? All those you understand all those kind of stuff.
Confront the person.
Confront the person. Before you know, it might lead to fight. Before you know, damages and.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Emmanuel Walters, for your very, very interesting insight. What would be your final word to victims of cyberbullying out there in less than 30 seconds?
One of my final words is that it's not everybody you see you want to challenge online. You understand? You see, a pig, if you are playing with a pig is a dirty animal.
Yes.
If you are playing with a pig, you also need to be dirty. You also get dirty.
Okay.
And the pig loves seeing you dirty.
Okay.
You understand? So seeing you dirty now is fun.
To the pig.
To the pig.
But you might not find it funny.
You might not find it fun enough. But to the pig is fun. So it's not everybody you challenge online. You see some people, you can block instantly. Or you just keep silent. Let him. They say silence is the best answer. Give it to a fool.
Okay.
You understand? So once you keep it silent, he keeps talking and talking and talking, and he sees you are not. Nobody is replying him. Him himself will know that okay, I need to chill on this. You get.
All right. Thank you very much, Emmanuel Walters. Well, I think that's my own parting words to everyone out there. Be mindful of who you cyberbully.
Yeah.
You know, some persons will not let it end there. Some persons will track you down.
Take it to the physical.
Trust me, it's and you won't find it funny at all. Okay. I know a lot of persons, you know, hide behind their keyboards to perpetrate all sorts of, you know, vices on social media. But just have it in mind that just like Emmanuel Walters said, not everyone should be messed with. All right. Desist from cyberbullying. If you have scores to settle with anyone, try to, you know, confront them one-on-one. It's better that way. In fact, it's even more courageous than you hiding behind your keypad just to, you know, bully them. Cyberbullying is totally wrong. Say no to cyberbullying. Well, it's been the Guys Hangout Show on Independent Television. A big thank you to Emmanuel Walter once again, and of course to you out there for taking out time to be with us on the show. My name is Harry Aigbo J, and until I come your way again, same time, same station next week, do the right thing, stay out of trouble, and have yourself a blissful night rest. Bye for now.